been on the road since 6. And I know it's at 11:30, but I'm going to sit here until, I have no choice. All the stores in my area are out of water.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
It's kind of ridiculous. I don't understand how this can actually happen and last this long. One night is fine, you know. A second day, you know, okay. 4 days, come on.
Tonight, the end of the Texas deep freeze, turning one crisis into another.
Hearing multiple calls saying that the roof is on fire.
Overnight, flames tore through a Killeen hotel. The fire made even worse by a failed sprinkler system, damaged when it froze. The water issue still impacting more than 14 million Texans, now forced to boil or find bottled water till supply is deemed safe.
We don't have any drinking water, any flushing water, any washing water, any water. I need the water pretty badly.
We can land spaceships on Mars, but we can't figure out how to get energy to communities in Texas. It's quite frustrating.
Frustration shared statewide. With the extreme weather, energy prices soared. Now, residents who had power reporting energy bills in the thousands. The governor holding an emergency meeting tonight to address it. In Austin, nearly 40% of the city lost power for multiple days.
This is a catastrophic failure.
A catastrophic cost, too. The freeze on its way to surpassing Hurricane Harvey as the state's costliest weather event in history. For the millions still without water and countless others picking up the pieces, help can't come fast enough.
See that? There it goes.
Even as Texas starts to thaw.
Can you see it here? I'm just going to throw it on the pool.
The hard times could linger for millions, still without safe, drinkable water in their homes.
Okay, let's get right to unpacking this story. The Texas senator was spotted fleeing his state as the disaster unfolded. Text messages sent by his wife revealed a hastily planned trip away from their freezing family home. So, like millions of his constituents across Texas, Senator Ted Cruz had a frigid home without electricity this week. But unlike most, he got out, fleeing Houston and hopping a Wednesday afternoon flight to Cancun with his family for a respite at a luxury resort. To add insult to injury, he released a statement saying he had flown to Mexico to be a good dad and accompany his daughters and their friends. He noted he was flying back Thursday afternoon, though he did not disclose how long he had originally intended to stay. Text messages sent from Miss Cruz to friends and Houston neighbors on Wednesday revealed that their home was freezing, as Miss Cruz put it, and she proposed a getaway until Sunday. Miss Cruz invited others to join them at the Ritz-Carlton in Cancun, where they had stayed many times, noting the room price this week, $309 per night, and its good security. The Houston police confirmed that the senator's office had sought their assistance for his airport trip on Wednesday, and eventually Mr. Cruz was spotted wheeling his suitcase in Mexico on Thursday as he returned to the state he represents in the Senate. Now, guys, for those of us who live in areas that actually experience a winter, it may be a bit difficult to comprehend the severity of the situation for Texans. They are not used to such temperatures and more or less weather like they experienced. So not only were many folk lacking proper clothing for the temperatures, but also the know-how to safely MacGyver a heating source. So in turn, you had folks trying to stay warm in vehicles inside closed garages, people bringing grills inside and burning them, as well as people using fireplaces that had never been swept or cleaned, leading to many casualties that reportedly are not being shared with the public. Now, this is a Facebook posting from a Colorado City mayor. Colorado City. Now, this is part of Texas because it kind of threw me off too at first because apparently I don't know all the cities in these states. Colorado City Mayor Tim Boyd resigned after coming under backlash for posting this disgusting message on Facebook. Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. No one owes you or your family anything, nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during any trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice. The city and county, along with power providers or any other service, owes you nothing. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside of the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy, is direct result of your raising. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? Yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ass and take care of your own family. Bottom line, don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution, I guess is what he was trying to say. All I can say is it's time to reflect. Hearing folks speak down, calling other countries third world. Our incidents are becoming more frequently a reflection of things we've seen and never thought we would experience. Time to think wiser and less about stuff that doesn't mean anything in the big scheme of things, and more about living a self-sufficient life in which you can survive if or when things fail. Not to scare you, but we are seeing too many incidents like this in our own backyard. Prepare your family for emergency situations. Not that I agree with what he said, in a sense that I do believe that at one point we are going to kind of have to fend for ourselves because it looks like we're more likely to be left to do just that than to have help come. All right, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
All right, good. I ain't going in that bitch. This is candy real sweet. Yeah, I got a little bit in here. The burst in that bitch.
Elderly people are slipping and busting up their faces in the back of their heads because they don't know how to walk on snow and ice. People's animals are dying because their power's been out for over 72 hours, and certain animals need heat lamps, like birds and lizards. People are without water and have been without water. People's pipes are busting and flooding their homes they just had rebuilt from the 2017 Harvey flood. Some of us haven't spoken to our family in days because cell towers are down. You only can go through so many canned goods before there's nothing left and you literally don't have food to eat. Like I said, cell towers are down, so we can't even get on Google to look up things and see how to keep warm. And even if we could, we couldn't go anywhere to get these materials anyway, because we don't have them. We live in Texas. We don't have the materials you're telling us we need.
Let's see what happens when I throw this out.
if I was sleeping 2 or 3 people in there, man, there's going to be a huge difference of the warmth inside of this space with 2 or 3 people than there will be just sleeping in your bed out in the open.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Can you get back in? Oh my god, it's so fucking cold. Yay, it's so cold, y'all. And I don't have any electricity right now. I think I'm gonna die.
How about a drink?
Our water in Texas is now contaminated with parasites. Do not drink the water. They are sending warnings out telling people do not drink the water. Do not brush your teeth with the water. So pretty much they tell you how to run the water to keep the pipes from freezing.
Now, what happened is ERCOT fell short.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott laying the blame on ERCOT, the nonprofit cooperative that manages almost all of Texas's power grid.
Oil notice too in Fort Worth, but I have no water coming in my home whatsoever. I've got 6 little ones that I need to take care of.
Been up since 5 o'clock, and I've been on the road since 6. And I know it's at 11:30, but I'm gonna sit here until, I have no choice. All the stores in my area are out of water.
We haven't had any electricity at all. There's been no rolling electricity or anything. It's 37 inside the house.
And with indoor temps hovering around freezing, sleeping is essentially out of the question.
We sleep under a lot of blankets and we use the fireplace at night. We're making do as best we can.
It's too cold to sleep inside. You know, the thermostat got down to about 50 before we decided to go ahead and sleep in the car. She couldn't stay in the house either, so we got her on the little clothes and everything. So we're trying to stay warm, right, Sandy?
We're just trying to stay alive. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't understand how this can actually happen and last this long. One night is fine, a second day, okay. 4 days, come on.
I know Texas is not prepared for this, but I think maybe they should be a little more prepared than this.
This is what happens when I turn on my shower.
At Stephanie Lopez's North Fort Worth home.
Absolutely nothing. No water coming out from the shower.
This week has been a struggle.
We're just scrambling to find some water at this point.
The mother of 3 is one of at least 212,000 customers in the north part of town who's been under a boil water advisory since Monday.
We do have the majority of our water coming right now from our bathtub.
That is, when there's even water to boil.
We have water, but not a whole lot. And we went out yesterday to try to find some, and we cannot find water.
The issue stems from power outages Monday at some of the city's water treatment plants. Water Department spokeswoman Mary Gugliuzzo says they're currently running tests on the water to see if it's safe to drink again, but those tests take 24 hours to complete.
The earliest we are going to know the results and know if we can lift this is late sometime tomorrow.
9 other communities also receive water from Fort Worth and could be affected. Saginaw told its residents to start boiling Tuesday morning.
We are still working to try and get some bottled water distribution sites up.
We've got some water here. We keep it filled up to be able to flush our toilets.
Lopez says at least her power is back on. There are some families without power, so boiling water is impossible.
Hopefully we can get some water to all these people.
So at least a couple more days, this water crisis will be, something to contend with, possibly longer. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, again, you have to divide the problem into two problems. We couldn't treat the water correctly, so there's bad water in the pipes. And we also have pressure problems because of water mains have been breaking all over the Metroplex. For instance, in Fort Worth, they had from Sunday to today, they had 183 water main breaks. And they think there might be 150 more. They have to investigate. You have to dig down and see. So as they are working to get water pressure back up, you have to have full pressure in order to guarantee water quality. And that is on, of course, the municipal side. And then you have the household side where so many homes, Tanya, have had pipes burst in their house because of the record cold. And I mean, we have not seen these temperatures in 72 years. So a lot of homes have been built in the last 72 years, have never gone through temperatures like this. So a lot of homes had burst pipes. State Farm was saying that they've had more claims for burst pipes in the last 4 days than they had in all of 2020. So that's just here in the first 4 days, with many more to come, I'm sure. So you have a municipal supply problem, and you have problem at that last mile of people getting water inside their homes. That's why this is just going to take a long time before everybody's got their water back.
Do not brush your teeth with the water. Do not wash your face with the water. So pretty much they tell you how to run the water to keep the pipes from freezing. But yeah, the water in Texas now has parasites, y'all. Do not drink the water.